Hello, hi friends. Today I'm going to show you the CLI for Docker. It is a quick introduction of Docker, then how we can use it, how we can plug in with different type of services, different type of microservices, and how we can containerize certain technology stacks and create the uh, Docker images and also the containers. Thank you. So I will connect one of the servers here through Secured Shell, and I've dedicated a port for that. And I need to give my password to it, and I am logged in right now into one of the servers where I have configured the Docker. Now I have logged in as a root, and I have some directories here in the root folder, which I've already downloaded for easy configuration. If I show you how many images are installed right now, so I have these are the instances, these are the images, a bunch of instances for MySQL. I also have a Jupyter notebook. I also have WordPress, so that and also have the Elasticsearch, MariaDB, Kibana, and different types of other images are there. And if I show you the how many containers right now available, so right now four containers are up and running. So I also have a Portainer, also have Jupyter, Vue.js, and Kibana. They are all up and running, and I also have the ports where they have been configured right now. So the idea is that uh, through the command line interface, how you can uh, run certain Docker files, compose files, and how they can create the containers on the fly using different types of images right now. So I have one very interesting project which I found on GitHub, the Awesome Compose, and there are certain libraries which have been already calculated here. They're already available. So you can see the bunch of technology stacks that we can see. So we have uh, Nginx, ASP.NET, MySQL. I have Nginx Flask and Mango, Nginx Flask and MySQL as well. Nginx is very popular app server, web server these days. Flask is used for the front end development, and MySQL is the back end database. Likewise, Nginx with Golang and Postgres. And then we also have Nginx with Node.js and Redis as well. And there are a bunch of other applications like Portainer. Portainer, by the way, is one of the open source Docker container monitoring application, which is also listed here. So if I want to install any one of them, so we just need to first access their compose file because these are built-in compose files which are available at GitHub, and you can always download them and run in your environment. Like for example, if you would like to go for uh, with Node JS, so I can see that there is a compose YAML file. So this compose .yaml file is actually telling you different types of services. So it is going to install Redis for you. Then it has a Web 1 interface for you, Web 2 interface for you, and then Nginx. So, so these are some of the compose files that we have. I will not go into this. I will just try to set up some other as well, just to go in the clarity. Uh, as we can see that we also already have the right now we have the port 8000, and we also have the port 8888. So these are all given. So we need to make sure that once you run a compose file, there should not be a conflict with the existing port. So either we need to stop that container for a while and then restart again before you can move. So every technology stack which is given here, it is very important to study the composed YAML file first and set up the ports accordingly. Either you change the YAML file with the new ports, or you take care of your containers which are already running. So there should not be any conflict there. So let me check with the WordPress on MySQL that we have. And here, when I see the compose file for the compose YAML for WordPress, so you can see that it is configured for MariaB image here, and also configured for image of MySQL here. As I've already installed MySQL, so I need to be careful when we rerun this. There is a volume mounting, which is also available here, and there are certain MySQL environment variables set up. Two ports are being exposed from MySQL, and then on the WordPress, it is taking up the image. So it will pull the image from Docker Hub, and it will display on the port 8080 for this. And then we have the DB data as a volume as well. And these are a bunch of WordPress variables which we also need. So it's pretty straightforward, very straightforward YAML file. So if we want to run WordPress on MariaDB, so we need to keep this as it is. If we want to run on MySQL, so then probably we need to change it accordingly. So for example, we need to comment this line here, so that it is not run. For example, if I go here, so I need to comment this, and I need to uncomment MySQL so that it will run the MySQL in this case. So with the with this function, we need to WQ it and then get out from the VI. So I need to write and I need to quit, and we are outside. Now I have my compose file. The only thing is that I need to make sure that WordPress is not already running here. It's not running, so there's no WordPress. There is no MySQL here, so that means we are good to go with that. Now I just need to fire up the compose file here, which is compose up and in the detached mode, so that I can get the prompt afterwards. And when I run this, so then it will fetch all the libraries, all the images from Docker Hub, which are not available here, and it will start the container and enable it. So if I go and check with the container, so right now what you can see here that we have two containers. So we have WordPress latest and MySQL latest, which is up and running right now. So I also have the ports which are dedicated here right now. So this way you have the two containers up and running through the compose file. So this was a very brief on how you can create containers. And if I also check the images here, so you can also see that two images, one for the WordPress and one for the MySQL, also have been downloaded here automatically. And they are also giving us the sizes and everything. So this was the brief on how you can run this particular project. Awesome Compose is available on GitHub. You can download and experiment all this. And if you need a support on this and for your project, so our contact information is given on the screen. So you can always contact us. And we also have the website where you can also download the full-fledged training around this. It's a 1 hour training. You can always purchase that. And we also have the subscribed model for the sort of tech stacks. So you can also subscribe on monthly basis, and we have the pre-configured containers for you, so that you don't need to worry about deployment, and you can directly start your project development without worrying about the deployment. This particular introduction was more focused towards the DevOps team, mainly people who are engaged with the operation side, so they are on the deployment side. So how they can deploy different types of tech stacks in no time, actually. But for further support, you can always go to our website, which is given here, or contact us directly for any kind of support. Thank you so much for your time.